You will need it. All right, we're going to kick things off here in the kitchen this morning with Chef Laura because, you know, when she's involved, it's not going to be any ordinary dessert. We're going to make something that's really kind of, well, A, it's probably fancy, but easy to make.
Yes, it's easy fancy.
It's easy fancy, and this, I don't even know how to say the name. It involves chocolate, though. I do know that.
Yes, we're making chocolate panna cotta, and I'll describe what that is. Panna cotta, and we're going to make 2 sauces for that, too.
Okay.
I figured, you know, why not?
Because we can.
Because we can.
Because we're crazy
That's
like
exactly
that.
right. That's what I said on your Facebook, as a matter of fact. So panna cotta is actually Italian for cooked cream.
Okay.
So, you know, nothing really wrong with that equation either. So just not a lot of ingredients, and actually things that you easily have in your house, so I want to make it easy for everybody. A little bit of milk, which we're going to combine, cream, which we're going to combine with some sugar here, and bring this up to a boil. And while that's happening, over here we have some milk, and I'm going to ask you to take
like
our
I knew you
gelatin.
were going to make me do something.
This is easy, though. We're going to have you take our gelatin.
All
This
right.
is regular plain gelatin. Sprinkle it on top of the milk, and we're just going to let that just kind of absorb for a few minutes, okay? And while that's doing its thing over here, we'll just whisk in our sugar. And this will come up to a quick boil. Panna cotta, like I said, it's Italian for cooked cream, but you can make a variety of flavors of this. I make a lemon panna cotta, and I use creme fraiche in that. You can make vanilla bean, you can do pumpkin. So really,
pumpkin.
Yes,
I'm
and that's
in for the fall.
That's exactly right. So maybe we'll shoot for that. Maybe in October we'll do that with a little.
Still remember that pumpkin loaf that you made last year?
Oh,
do you remember
roulade.
the? Yeah.
Yes. Do you remember what we put inside of that roulade?
Was it creme fraiche?
It was Laura's Gourmet Granola, pumpkin
Oh,
pecan.
you're right.
So, okay, so this is coming up to a boil, and then look at if you can take. Actually, if
Okay.
your camera wants to get a view of that, you can see what the gelatin starts to do. Now, the reason that we have the gelatin in here is so that the panna cotta actually sets up. So as a result, we're going to mold it in these little portion cups like this, and you can buy these at like Smart and Final or even at one of the big box stores. And so we can actually unmold it, and it looks really cool on the plate.
Okay.
But it doesn't take a lot of rocket science.
Now, sometimes these little containers, these are a little bit more pliable, but some of them, you know, they're kind of have like a harder plastic, like sometimes cocktail drinks are made out of them.
Right, right.
Could you use that as well?
You could, but these are way less expensive.
Okay.
So you might, you can get a sleeve of like 150.
Not at the dollar store. I found them at the dollar store.
Well, if that's the
Just
case,
so
then
you
go
know.
for it. So now, I've taken bittersweet chocolate and I've added it into our cream and sugar combination here. So this will just melt down, and by the time this is melted down, we're going to actually combine it with our gelatin and milk. And then we're going to give it a couple of shots with the immersion blender.
Okay.
Yep, in there in just a second when we pour this in. So
I never know when that's my cue for me to like jump in because she always puts me to work. So.
I do, and I don't cue you anymore because you just inherently know when to go, so which is great. So as you can see, the chocolate melts really quickly once the dairy is already done. So let's go ahead and add this together, and I'm going to have you real quickly grab that vanilla in the cup right there.
Yes, right
Yep,
here,
vanilla
okay.
bean, and we're going to add. Actually, you can put that right in here, and we'll add all this together. Okay, so we'll just whisk this together. Now, if you don't have an immersion blender, it's not like you can't do this recipe. Okay, it's just a nice way to make sure all the chocolate is completely blended in. Otherwise, you just whisk vigorously. Now, as you know, this never comes out once the button has been pressed. Otherwise, you're going to wear it. Okay, so just give it a little, just a little. That
Scared me.
There you go. Perfect.
We're done?
And just one more time. Perfect. You have passed immersion blending.
I'm turn it on right now?
Yeah, don't be doing that. Don't be
Thank you.
doing that. So then what I do is I just transfer it into a measuring cup because it's a lot easier to pour these. And then I fill up our portion cups, which I have sprayed with a little bit of cooking spray. Yep, so please do.
All right. All the way, or how much is it going to?
You can go pretty much, to the top.
To the top. So there's no like kind of rising action.
Nope, not at all. As a matter of
thought
fact,
maybe with
the
that
cooking
little-
is done. So what's going to happen now is these are going to chill. They only need to chill for a few hours, and then we're going to be able to literally unmold these and put them onto the plate. And we're going to do that in the segment.
Wow, that was pretty easy.
Okay, there you go.
All righty.
See, now these portion cups they're 5.5 ounces, so as you can see, this is a 5.5 ounce dessert. Okay, so you can make them in smaller little cups too if you want to.
Okay.
So you have total
Wouldn't it be
versatility.
cute if they were minis in like those little mini tiny shot glasses?
Well, we can do that, and then you can have 3 different kinds on the plate. See, yeah, see, I'm liking how you're inspired here.
I'm into the mini thing right now.
Yeah, mini is good because then you get a lot of different flavors without feeling a lot of guilt.
Anything mini you can eat a lot of and don't really look that bad.
Right, because anything smaller than about an inch doesn't really have any calorie
doesn't have any
content
calories,
anyway. Yeah, I totally ascribe to that theory.
All right, well, we're going to check back with you a little bit later.
Yes.
We're going to work on another couple of sauces, and really this whole thing's going to come together. So it's going to be fantastic, Andy.
Yummy.
All right.